I go to college with my brother, Josh, and his best friend, Lucas. Back in high school, Lucas was one of those people everyone liked, super outgoing and popular. I had a huge crush on him starting in middle school, but we barely interacted, so those feelings eventually faded. This year, we all ended up at the same college, and Josh invited me to a group hangout with Lucas and a bunch of their friends, watching Lucas work the room, laughing with everyone and being his usual charismatic self. All those old feelings I thought were gone suddenly came back hard. Afterward, I asked Josh if Lucas was seeing anyone. He immediately told me it was a bad idea to even think about him. When I pushed for a reason, he said Lucas had just come out of a long-term relationship with a girl he'd been with since high school, and that he'd sworn off dating for a while. I was honestly shocked. My family is pretty conservative, and I assumed Lucas was like us and hadn't dated much, if at all. The conversation left me disappointed and a little thrown off, so I dropped it. A semester passed, and I tried to move on, but I still liked Lucas, so I brought it up to Josh again to see if anything had changed. He absolutely flipped out. He told me I was being irrational because I've barely spoken to Lucas, never hung out with him one-on-one, and basically only liked the version of him I built up in my head from high school. He also said Lucas would never date a friend's sibling, and that the topic had come up between them before. I was upset he'd even talked to Lucas about me, but he insisted it came up during a separate situation and had nothing to do with me directly. But to me, that just proved Lucas isn't he totally done with dating, if he asks talking about relationship stuff at all. And just because he wouldn't he date some other friend or sibling, doesn't he automatically mean the same applies to me? So I asked Josh if he could at least put in a good word or help us get into the same space so I could actually talk to Lucas and see if we clicked. Josh refused immediately. He said he wanted nothing to do with it and that I needed to drop the whole thing. I got frustrated and called him a bad brother, accusing him of not wanting us to date just because it would be weird for him. He told me I was crossing a line and to leave both him and Lucas out of it. Now I'm starting to wonder, AITA,